Today I'll recap you new romance anime about the tomboy girl who falls in love with her friend, but he sees her as a friend. The story starts right after high school. Our female tomboy Tomo Aizawa confesses to Kubota Junichirou, but she gets turned down after he mistakes her confession as a casual friendship between boys. The issue is that he does not regard her as a girl but rather as a best friend, so she desires to be seen as a girl by Junichirou. In the morning, Tomo gets out of her home and meets with Junichirou. He lives next door to her, so they'd have hung out a lot since they were little. They did go to different elementary schools, but they went to the same middle school. In middle school, Junichirou made fun of her skirt, and that's when she first realized that Junichirou didn't see her as a girl. Back to the present, he tells her to move faster, otherwise they will miss the bus, and slaps her in the butt, which makes her get super embarrassed. Tomo feels so helpless that she decides to complain to her good friend Misuzu about her troubles. Misuzu has seen Tomo's ample body when changing clothes, and she knows very well that Tomo actually has a very feminine side. She decides that whether they will try seducing or other methods, she must try every means to help Tomo win Junichirou's heart. She proposes to Tomo to change the tone of her speech and stop yelling like a boy. However, Tomo is not used to this way of speaking at all and appears very awkward. Not only does her tone not attract Junichirou, but she is ridiculed by him. Angry Tomo can't help but punch Junichirou away. Junichirou is completely unaware of why Tomo is angry and soon gets back to joke with her. This makes Tomo more and more depressed, so she asks Misuzu again for help. This time she is advised to have more personal contact with Junichirou. For example, by eating lunch together. Tomo is too shy to meet Junichirou alone for lunch, so she asks Misuzu to come with her. Although Misuzu also grows up with Junichirou, they have a really awful relationship and the lunch ends in an awkward atmosphere. After school, this embarrassing situation happens again. Both Junichirou and Misuzu are trapped in the school building in the heavy rain, and since Tomo is not here, the two mercilessly begin to taunt each other. As a child, Misuzu often directed him and Tomo to play pranks. Whenever the prank was exposed, Misuzu always hid and left Junichirou and Tomo to be blamed. He considers Misuzu the most selfish person he has ever met. Misuzu fights back by taking advantage of Junichirou's fact that he can't leave without Tomo, saying that when Tomo has a boyfriend she will abandon Junichirou. Furious, Junichirou pushes her directly into the rain. Just as their conflict is about to escalate, Tomo appears with an umbrella. In order to match Tomo and Junichirou, Misuzu takes the opportunity to let them go home together. Tomo, encouraged by Misuzu, shyly holds the same umbrella as Junichirou. She tries to keep her distance from Junichirou, but he says that he smells a fragrance from her and gets closer and closer. Tomo is so nervous that her face turns red and she quickly flees Junichirou's side. By the time Junichirou catches up with Tomo, she is already wet in the rain. The soaked clothes completely reveal her attractive figure. Junichirou doesn't know what to do with the scene and makes an excuse to flee in a panic. This is the first time he feels the feminine charm of Tomo. In fact, someone in Tomo's karate club notices Tomo's charm earlier than Junichirou, and his name is Kosuke. Since Tomo grew up practicing karate, there is no boy in the club who can defeat her. Everyone fears Tomo, but Kosuke loves Tomo and finds her every move in battle fascinating. He often finds opportunities to approach Tomo and compliment her on her charms. Tomo is unaware of Kosuke's affection for her and simply treats him as her friend. Since Kosuke is a popular handsome guy in school, the intimate relationship between him and Tomo immediately attracts the attention of two girls who pursue Kosuke. Out of jealousy of Tomo, they ask her to meet after school in an attempt to warn her not to approach Kosuke. Tomo thinks they are trying to fight her and happily agrees. Then, in order to show her ability, she casually crumples the soda can in her hand, leaving the two girls dumbfounded. After school, Tomo shows a fighting posture and intends to have a fight with them. The girls have long been frightened by Tomo and nervously express their love for Kosuke. Tomo misunderstands that the girls come to her to discuss love topics as a recognition of her femininity and happily agrees to help them pursue Kosuke. At this moment, Tomo's being heroic deeply attracts the girls. Not only do they no longer hate Tomo, but they often find opportunities to approach her. It seems that Tomo's charm is slowly exposed. One day, Tomo and Junichirou are riding the subway to school and Tomo is harassed by a horny man. She doesn't want Junichirou to see her embarrassment and tries to endure it. Unexpectedly, Junichirou keenly detects the man's movements. He subdues the man and sends him to the police station. Tomo is touched by Junichirou's actions, and this is the first time she is treated as a girl by Junichirou. However, she soon stops being touched because of Junichirou, who suddenly suggests that she wear long pants in the future on the grounds that she does not look good in a skirt. Tomo angrily punches Junichirou and then complains to Misuzu about Junichirou's criticism of her appearance. Based on what happened to Tomo, Misuzu astutely points out that Junichirou is worried that Tomo will encounter horny men again in the future. Hearing this, Tomo becomes moved again. Misuzu turns her attention to Tomo's skirt and finds that she has been wearing long safety pants. She believes that Tomo should take off her safety pants to better show her femininity. Tomo is shy about this suggestion and hesitates for a long time before adopting Misuzu's suggestion. After school, Tomo and Junichirou go home together. Tomo is expecting Junichirou to notice her new look, only to find that he doesn't even look at her. In fact, Junichirou has long been influenced by Tomo's dress. He does not dare to look at Tomo and also does not allow others to look at her, being full of hostility towards all the men along the way. Junichirou does not realize that he has become possessive about Tomo. Just as Junichirou is about to hurry home to get rid of this nervousness, a gust of wind blows up Tomo's dress and he is instantly stimulated by the sight and faints. In the next few days, Junichirou wants to treat Tomo as a boy just like he used to, but he gradually realizes that he can no longer do that. Tomo is completely unaware of Junichirou's thoughts and is still wondering how to improve her femininity. To do this, she finds Carol, the most popular girl in her class, and asks for ways to improve her charm. Carol has been engaged to Kosuke since she was a child and has always loved Kosuke. Tomo thinks that with her friendship with Kosuke, it must be easy for her to approach Carol. To her surprise, Carol rejects her desperately. Tomo tells Misuzu about what happened to her with doubts. Misuzu is not as innocent as Tomo and immediately judges that Carol regards Tomo as a rival in love. Based on this clue, Misuzu comes up with a brilliant way to resolve the misunderstanding. She finds Carol alone and points out that in order to defeat her rival in love, she must become stronger than Tomo. Immediately afterward, she says that Junichirou is good at fitness and suggests that Carol find Junichirou to learn fitness. Carol can't figure out how to deal with Tomo for the time being and decisively takes Misuzu's advice. Since Junichirou has always been enthusiastic, Carol doesn't have much trouble convincing him to teach her fitness. After that, they spend a lot of time doing sports together every day. This quickly catches Tomo's attention. Enraged by the intimate gestures they make during the fitness, Tomo teaches Junichirou a hard lesson and warns him to keep his distance from girls. Junichirou doesn't understand why Tomo is angry, while Carol is keenly aware that the person Tomo likes is Junichirou. She feels guilty for her previous hostility towards Tomo and offers to make friends with Tomo. Carol doesn't expect much from her proposals since she was ostracized by girls from a young age because of her charm and no one wants to be friends with her. Plus, she was once hostile to Tomo. To Carol's surprise, Tomo doesn't care about their previous conflict and agrees happily. At this moment, Carol is completely impressed by Tomo's charm. In fact, Tomo still has a little apprehension about making friends with Carol. She is worried that Junichirou will like Carol and finds an opportunity to ask Junichirou about the girl he likes. However, Junichirou accidentally reveals something surprising, that he once dated Misuzu. But that's the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss new video, and I'll see you soon.